so wish I didn't get triggered and react from a triggered space in relationships as often as I do, but here I am. So, as a relationship coach, what are things that actually help me? What are things that I do to support myself when I'm feeling activated and triggered? I'm going to share 4 steps with you today that have helped me deactivate my trigger and not react from a triggered, activated space, but stay with that experience. The first thing that I would love to share is that getting triggered is absolutely normal. We all get triggered, and relationships especially are a place where, our triggers are going to get set off. When I'm feeling triggered, let's say I'm lucky enough that maybe during a conversation or during an argument, I'm starting to feel maybe the heat, the tingling sensations in my body that give me the signal that, oh my God, Margarita, you're about to be really triggered here. You're getting really triggered right now. So the first step that helps me stay with the trigger without reacting from this triggered space, which is what could escalate in a big fight, bigger fight than it actually is to gauge my level of activation. So I might need to take some time to myself and say, okay, just 1 second, maybe take myself out of the room and stay with this activation and gauge my level. So from 1 to 10, what is my level of activation? 1 being the least, 10 being the most. Where am I on this trigger scale? This is the first step that really helps me stay with the trigger without suppressing it. Because the last thing I want to do also is to tell myself, oh, stop being triggered. There is a reason I'm feeling triggered. Maybe I don't know exactly why I'm feeling it, but I am feeling it. It's happening. And so again, I don't want to shame it. I don't want to shut it down. I want to be able to stay with it without reacting. Here's the second step. Once I've recognized where I am on this trigger scale, I would like to recognize what I'd like to do from this activated, more triggered space. Would I want to fight? Would I want to flight? Would I want to freeze? And if I have a sense of those, which are very normal reactions, by the way, I want to normalize it. We all, at one point or another, get to feel one of those. Sometimes we have one that we prefer the most. It's just very normal. One of our default responses. For me, fight and freeze are very common. So once I've recognized that maybe I want to fight, that maybe I want to freeze, what exactly would I like to do? Do I want to shame here the other person? Do I want to belittle them? Do I want to break some plates? Do I want to scream at the top of my lungs? Again, without doing it, what would my body want to do here? Once I've recognized what I want to do, can I picture that? Can I visualize that? Again, without doing it, without actually shaming the person, without actually screaming at the person, without actually leaving the house, can I picture myself doing that? And can I stay with that image for a moment and see what that does? Now, when I do that for myself, I can already feel my triggers getting lower. So checking again on that trigger scale, usually I would go down to a 3 or to a 2, depending how high I was on the trigger scale. Now that my trigger has gone down maybe a little bit, here's the next step. Here's what helps me next, is to recognize, what am I actually feeling? So if we consider the trigger as a little bit of a cap that is about to pop on top of a very precious liquid, and that liquid is my emotion. Can I give a name to this emotion? Am I feeling maybe disrespected? Am I feeling scared? Am I feeling abandoned? Am I feeling unheard, unseen, unvalued? So once you've given a name to this emotion, of course, there's no limit to what emotion you are going to discover there. Now this is a fantastic place to have a conversation with your partner about what you've actually experienced, how you're actually feeling, without reacting from a triggered space. I'm going to make a second part of the video if you want to learn more. There are other steps that I might add to this, but already these 4 steps are crucial to allow you to stay with your triggered without reacting and possibly deactivating your level of trigger and really getting to what got activated, what wants to be acknowledged underneath that trigger. That is like a cork that is about to pop. What is the liquid inside the bottle? So expect part 2 and have fun with these steps.